In this video, you'll learn how to set up your Merlin panel meter using your PC. No power supply is required during programming, and there's no fiddling with button pressing on the meter itself. For your convenience, the Merlin accepts either 24 volts DC or 85 to 265 volts AC. With 6 input types and 31 modes and ranges, the Merlin's universal input makes it one of the most flexible meters in the market today. Before you start, make sure you have your Merlin, the bridge key kit, and access to a PC. All USB programmable Define Instruments products are configured using the bridge key. If required, contact Define Instruments or your distributor to purchase one. Download and install the ToolBox software from defineinstruments.com/toolbox. The installer places a shortcut icon on your desktop. Double-click to launch. We've engineered ToolBox to be simple to use while providing all the information you'll need. The tabbed interface makes it easy to walk through your setup, and the dynamic sidebar help gives you selection-specific details and even examples of applications. In this example, we'll set up the Merlin to monitor temperature in a cold store using input from a 4 to 20 mA temperature transmitter. First, we set the input mode to milliamps and the range to 4 to 20. Notice how the wiring diagram in the help panel is updated for 4 to 20 milliamps. You can click the buttons under the wiring diagram to view the correct wiring for your transmitter type. We're using a 3-wire transmitter, which is loop powered by the Merlin's excitation voltage. Next, we need to scale the input to match the transmitter's temperature range. In this case, the defaults aren't suitable, so we'll select Custom Scaling and Offset, and then click the Edit button to define our custom scaling. Our temperature transmitter has been scaled for -10 to 50 degrees, so a milliamp value of 4 should display as -10, and a milliamp value of 20 should display as 50. On this page you can also fine-tune your display settings and specify output retransmission if required. Once you have finished making changes to the Input-Output section, you must click Apply to program your changes to the Merlin before you can navigate away from the Input-Output tab. If you try to navigate to a new tab without first clicking Apply, ToolBox will prompt you to do so. The next step is to configure set points. A variety of alarm and control modes are available to suit a wide range of applications. For our cold store example, we want to alert an operator if the temperature rises above a certain level. To set up an alarm, we'll use a set point in alarm mode, with its function set to above alarm value. This will trigger the alarm when the input rises above the trip value. Notice how the dynamic help sidebar populates with information relevant to the item you are configuring. Our cold store has fruit which needs to be stored below 4 degrees, so we'll set the trip value to 4. In many applications, setting the mode, function, and trip values are all that is required to configure a set point. However, if your application requires delay, reset functions, or latching, these features can easily be configured here. Once you have finished, click Apply to program your changes to the Merlin, and that's all you need to do. Over on the Advanced tab, you'll find a range of extra features to make Merlin setup even easier. You can save or load a configuration, and even generate a configuration certificate. Define Instruments panel meters are made in New Zealand. Buttonless setup removes the risk of fingers accidentally setting parameters forever.